Hey guys, it's Gingerly and welcome back to my channel. So today we are renovating in The Sims 3 and this house is the Olde Tudor house, I believe is how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, who really cares? But yeah, this is a huge house and therefore this is a really long video. So be sure to get a snack or a drink or whatever you want. I know that I always love to snack while I watch videos, but you know, that's not always a good thing either. But yeah. Yeah, so pretty much I guess to like start off this build, I guess, or me explaining what I'm doing is I really like this house. I think it's a really nice house, but I wanted to lighten it up a bit just because it was quite intense. It was all very dark. And so I really like the color of the roof, so I really wanted to keep it, but I decided to use, I guess, a different like wallpaper or whatever you would call that. I don't know what like the proper term is for it in The Sims, but you know. So I used kind of like this beige like siding or paneling. I don't know. I don't know what the proper term is. But I think you know what I mean. And I like this one because it has, you know, the accent of the white like panels. I don't know what to call it. But no, I thought that looked nice and it kind of gives more to the house than just, you know, one kind of, you know what I mean, right? It makes the outside of the house look a bit more exciting and less plain. I don't know. Um, but no, I really wanted to lighten it up a bit and I really like it. I think it looks pretty cool. So before I get into the build too much, I just wanted to quickly say, you probably didn't notice, but I did, so I'm going to talk about it. But last week I did not upload a build and it made me so sad. It was actually supposed to be this one, but I was having a tough week and actually a tough couple of weeks. And so I couldn't get one up. I tried my best, but you know, this is a big build and that was probably like a bad choice on my behalf. I probably should have chosen, you know, a smaller one. But you know, my last build was the like studio apartment, and so I was like, oh, I just did a small one, you know, I want to mix it up for you guys, and so I didn't want to do like a tiny little house just, you know, for the sake of getting up a video, if that makes sense. So yeah, I kept going with this one, but I couldn't get it finished on time, mainly, yeah, as I said, because I was having a tough time, but not necessarily because of building, but also because of building. Usually when I do like traditional houses, like I guess this, I tend to go for a very like white like theme, I guess. Everything's just kind of like white and bright and I don't know. A good example of that would be my Streamlit single, I think that's what it's called. Renovation that I did. It was like my second video. Oh no, not my second video. I don't know. It's one of my older videos. Maybe I'll link it. Who knows? But yeah, that's definitely like the kind of look I go for usually when I do traditional. Traditional. I said that so weirdly. And so I wanted to do something a bit different because obviously this house from the exterior has a lot of brown in it, and so I wanted to incorporate that a bit more, but I'm not very good at that. Like for me, I feel like it's hard for me to get the right balance, like, because not everything should be brown, if that makes sense. I don't know. I struggle a little bit. I usually don't like furnish like that or build like that. So I wanted to do it because it's a challenge, you know, it's something I haven't done before, but I struggled a little bit. I did. So that was also another reason why there was no build up, because, you know, this was obviously meant to be the build that you guys were supposed to see last week, but you know, it's not that bad. I am sad though that I missed that, because that was the first video that like I haven't, like, it was the first time I missed an upload, if that makes sense. Like you know, my other ones, my let's plays and stuff, they're not really like set in stone because it depends with like how many parts I plan on uploading a week, and then the days change because for the most part, if I upload 2 parts of each Let's Play each week, I will do like Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the build on Friday. So, you know, that's pretty good. But if I only do 1 part of each Let's Play, I upload them on Monday and Wednesday. So, you know, the days aren't always set in stone, so I'm not like too worried about that if I miss one or anything. But builds, you know, they're always on Fridays, and I have been uploading them on Fridays since I started my channel, and so it was kind of sad that I didn't get that up. And I was like really like fighting with myself. I was like, oh, come on, you like you can't not, but I was having a tough time. So I was like, look, it's not the end of the world. I'm sure most people don't even notice. It's fine. And so, you know, I'm over it, kind of. But yeah, it's okay. I'm glad I didn't rush it because, you know, as I said, it was a kind of a struggle for me to build this one. So, you know, I took my time and I feel like I did the best I could. So I'm happy with it. Yeah, so as you can see, we are starting off in the kitchen. I find that when I build, it's always easiest to start off in the kitchen. I can just be like, I get a better idea of how the house is going to turn out, if that makes sense. But this video, well, this build, was actually different because usually, you know, as I just said, I find it easier, but I had no idea what I was doing. And the kitchen didn't help that. I was pretty much like confused until like maybe the upstairs. I was just like, I struggled. I went back and forth and you'll kind of see it. I tried to cut out as much of that as possible because otherwise we would be here for like a whole year. And, you know, that's not really exciting. So I tried to cut it out, but, you will notice sometimes that it'll like jump like now. Oh, that was perfect timing. To where like, yeah, the floor's different obviously. And I don't keep this, so I changed my mind a lot, and I was really like going back and forth at this point in between like what style I was going to do because originally I wanted to do like quite a traditional house. Like I was like, oh, maybe I'll just make it, you know, look old. But then I was like, no. Oh my god, my voice. Oh, why does that always happen when I do voiceovers? I guess it's because I'm talking, but anyway. Um oh gosh. Yeah, but I didn't really I thought this house looked so nice. So I really wanted to do it justice, if that makes sense. So I decided I didn't want to make it look super old, but rather that you know, whoever had this house wanted to make it like they wanted to, I guess, like pay tribute to the fact that it's an older house, but still put in like, you know, a slight bit of like it's kind of like modern vintage in a way. I don't really know how to explain it. I tried. It's a bit all over the place, but look, it's fine. I'm okay with it. So yeah, at this point I'm still really unsure. Oh, I changed the floors now. So this is the actual like flooring. As for the walls, that still changes. Yeah, it was a hot mess, but it's all right. It's fine. And, you know, you guys know if you've watched any of my other builds, I almost said videos, but they're probably more just the builds. I really do try my best to do as many different kinds of builds as possible, simply because I don't think it's very exciting to see the same thing over and over and over again, just done slightly differently, if you know what I mean. So I like to experiment and it's fun for me and hopefully fun for people who watch my videos, but yeah, like I like to do things I wouldn't normally. So, you know, obviously sometimes they turn out better than, you know, others and that's fine, but it's all just fun. So, you know, it's good. So yeah, here I'm doing the not living room, a dining room, and this table I don't usually use because it's not very well proportioned in my opinion. You know, I find with custom content that happens a lot, and I usually don't like it very much, but in houses like this where the rooms are very oversized, it works really well because it takes up more room and it doesn't look that strange because you can't really tell that it's like oversized, if that makes sense. um, but no, I found it worked really well. The same thing kind of happened with the living room with the couches I used. Normally they look really like way too big. They just look strange. The scale is not quite right. But because the room is so big, you really don't notice it that much. So I don't know. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. But yeah. So this is the final wallpaper I believe I use for these rooms. I use it in the kitchen as well just because it's a bit more simple and I think a little more classy. I don't know. But yeah, even now looking at it, I don't know. I was very confused as to what I wanted to do, but it's okay. I don't mind it at all. So yeah. Also, I should mention next week's build is going to be a fun one because I'm going to be doing a build based off the outdoor retreat pack stuff, I guess the objects in that pack. Oh gosh, words. No, but if you saw my last videos, which were the like reviews, I guess, for outdoor retreat, you'll know that I purchased that pack, and it's actually my very first pack that I have ever purchased, except for one other one, which maybe I'll tell you in this voiceover because you know I always need things to talk about. But yeah, so I have a pack now, which is very exciting, and yeah, I did reviews for Create a Sim and Build and Buy, so if you want to check that out, you're welcome to. If not, that's fine. But yeah, the next build I do will be using all that stuff, which is going to be very exciting. So if there's anything in particular you want to see that kind of like falls under that sort of category, be sure to let me know. Also, before I get into like the story about packs, I want to quickly mention that this is the only bathroom that you guys will see from this build just because I do the exact same thing in every single bathroom, and so I really didn't see a reason to include all of them, especially because this video is already like 500 years long. Not really, 26 minutes, 26 and a half minutes, unless my voiceover goes over, which that happens sometimes, but yeah, I didn't want to put them all in just because it would get boring. They look exactly the same, and yeah, so I hope you don't mind. So guys, story time. This might actually be kind of boring, I don't know, but I'm just gonna tell it anyway. So when I was younger, obviously I can't really remember how old, but it must have been like shortly after The Sims 3 came out. And I should mention that I grew up playing The Sims on PlayStation. I didn't even really realize that people played games on the computer. Like, I kind of did, but at the same time, like, I never did. We never had a computer that would like really work for gaming, I guess. Obviously now I play it on the computer, but yeah, before that I only ever played it on the PlayStation. So I actually grew up playing Sims 2 mostly. So yeah. But it must have been shortly after The Sims 3 came out. Or maybe it was a while later, I don't know. I obviously wanted Sims 3 once it came out. I was like, yes, but it's kind of overpriced to be honest when it first comes out. I think like here in Australia, they tend to be around like $80 or something, which is crazy. But yeah, so, you know, my parents weren't about that life. They weren't about to spend that much money on a game, which is fair enough. And, you know, I didn't really care. I was kind of happy playing The Sims 2 and, you know, it was all good. But then, you know, we walked into like, I think it was like an EB Games or something, which is just like a game shop if you're not from Australia. And they had all of like the, you know, Sims stuff, I guess, like on one wall, you know, Sims 3 and then all the packs for it and stuff. And I did not realize that games had DLC at that time. I didn't realize. Or I guess if you're not like super into gaming, DLC, I mean like, you know, they didn't have packs. Like I didn't realize they had packs for The Sims, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I was just like, oh, you know, this is cool. I was looking at them and I'm pretty sure specifically I had a look at, what was it? It was the master bedroom stuff or master bedroom suite stuff. I'm not sure. um and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And you know, being however old I was and just not realizing things. I was like, okay, cool. And my dad was with me, so I don't know why he didn't realize it was, you know, DLC, but I ended up buying it. And I was like, oh, cool. I went home and put it in the PlayStation, and it was like, oh, this requires The Sims 3 to play this. And I was like, what? And then I realized, oh, this isn't actually the game. This is just a pack. Because here I was thinking that you could get different versions of The Sims 3 that were like, I don't know, like just had different themes or something. Like, I don't know why I would think there would be a Sims 3 game about like master bedroom stuff. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. But apparently, it didn't bother me then. So, yeah, then I was like, oh, well, I can't play this, so I ended up giving it to a friend, and yeah, then a while later I ended up actually getting The Sims 3. So I should have kept it because then I would actually like have a pack, but it would be on this like PlayStation. So I mean, it's kind of irrelevant now because I don't play it on the PlayStation anymore. Personally, it's not worth it. It's not the same, you know? If you've ever played like on a console versus the computer, you'll know. Like The Sims, it just like it doesn't do it justice on a console. Like there are so many things you can't do, and it's yeah, no. I remember you know, like I would play Sims 2 all the time growing up, and I used to get so frustrated because you couldn't have kids in The Sims 2 on PlayStation. Like that wasn't an option, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like why not?" Like I just felt like my gameplay was so limited because you know, that was all you could do. You could get married and then like that's it. You die. I was like, you know, this isn't fun. I want to be able to, you know, have my Sims have kids and have a proper family and all that, but I couldn't do it. So, yes, I definitely recommend um playing on PC if you are actually like interested in playing The Sims and you haven't before. Um but yeah, it's kind of weird. I know in The Sims 3 you can like obviously have kids and stuff, but yeah, even that's just it's not the same. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of the end of my story time there. I guess we'll get back onto the build. Oh, I didn't even talk about like the master bedroom. That was my favorite part. Oh well, but yeah, I really like this bedroom too. This was like when it started coming together for me. Like once I started doing the master bedroom, I was like, oh, like okay, now I know what I'm doing. And I like that I kind of mixed, you know, the different themes together. Like I tried to incorporate some like vintage, but like, you know, it has a slight modern feel too. Um, so I don't know. I'm really happy with it. I think that looks cool. The bedrooms are by far my favorite thing in the house. Like I really like them. And I really tried to play with color as well because if you've seen any of my videos, you know, yeah, even the Let's Plays, you'll know that I tend to build in a way that I kind of stick to a color theme, which it irritates me in some ways, and in other ways, obviously, I'm like cool with it because I build them like that. But I'm like, oh, I need to figure out a way where I can build and feel like everything still flows, but so I'm not using the same color all the time. So yeah, I was really happy with that. You know, the other bedroom is like blue kind of themed, and this one is, you know, more green. I mean, the walls are blue, I guess, right? That's blue. I don't know, is it? Yeah, I'd say that's blue. So, yeah, I was really happy with that. And then there is a bedroom upstairs, and that has kind of, well, it has a bit of a blue theme. It has like a feature wall that's blue, but then the bed is like kind of like a maroon color, maroon. Yeah, kind of like a deep red. So, I'm proud of myself, very. Yeah. So this, I think, was originally a bedroom, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn it into a living room. So this house is like 3 living spaces. That is crazy. Because there is an upstairs, and there is you can kind of see, maybe not really, but there is a staircase going up from this room, and I was like, that's kind of weird to have a bedroom that like leads up to a space. Um like, I don't know, I thought it was weird, and I was like, well, you know, because you wouldn't really utilize it then, would you? Like, it would just be kind of sitting there, unless you made it like a playroom or something for the kids. But I wanted to make a house, actually. I can't believe I didn't talk about this. I wanted to make a house that didn't have like any kids rooms, if that makes sense. Because obviously not everyone has kids or wants kids. So yeah, that was like my goal for this. Like, no kids' rooms, just all like, you know, guest rooms and stuff like that, or maybe not even guest rooms, you know, whatever. But grown up rooms. So yeah, I was like, oh well, I want to turn this into a living room. And then originally, actually, I think the house didn't have anything up in the top story. I mean, mainly because it's shaped really weirdly, but yeah, it was completely empty, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, oh, why would you do that? You could totally do something with that, you know? So I added a bedroom upstairs instead, and also a bathroom. I didn't really do too much else up there. I put like, I turned like one area into like a little study kind of thing. I was like, oh, maybe these people work from home, and then, you know, that's the study or like their work area. I did cut that out though, because I was kind of done with building at that point, so I didn't put in too much effort, and I already knew that this video was going to be like 500 years long. um, and so I was like, yeah, we'll leave that, you know, I'll just cut it out. And so yeah, you won't see that. You'll see the bedroom. I think that's it. I didn't bother putting the bathroom in there 'cause, as I said, I mean, it has a pretty cool layout, because you'll see, like, when like, you'll see probably. I think I leave in a clip where you can kind of see the floor plan of that, but it's very strange, and so I was quite excited. Oh, there you go. Like, I turn this bit coming off the bedroom into a bathroom. I was just pointing at my computer, like you can see that. Oh god. Okay. But yeah, I turned that into a bathroom, and so it has a cool layout. But like, is it necessary to show you? Not really, because it has everything, you know, the same. So yeah. Uh, very nice. So yes, this is actually the last room of the house that you guys are going to see. It is the bedroom. It looks good. I like it. It's a bit different from the others. I feel like this one is a little bit more, um, how would you say it? I don't really know. Okay, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but you guys will probably know what I mean. The others are a bit more like airy and light, whereas this one's a bit darker. Well, there you go. I just explained it. No, but I like it. It's different. I feel like I tend to go for, you know, slightly lighter things. But no, I'm really liking this. So yeah, the bedrooms are definitely my favorite part of this house. And so yeah, I guess that's probably why I actually uploaded this, because, you know, there was a time when I was like, oh, you know, should I upload this? I don't know if I like it. Like, should I just restart it? Or like move on to a different one? But I was like, no, we'll get there. We will. And I did. So yeah. I actually really like those curtains on that wall. You can't really see, but it's like a navy color. The lighting is not the best in this house. But the curtains against it, it looks so good. I really like it. Yeah. And I feel like this bedroom kind of lost the theme a little bit. I feel like it's not as like vintage, I guess, as some of the other ones, but I was struggling. I don't know why it was so hard for me, but yeah, it was. So, oh well, I was like, who cares? Doesn't matter. Whatever. But yeah, like I have all this great custom content and I'm just like, I want to use it all the time. But then, you know, we'd be like stuck in the same theme all the time. So, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, just putting in a little seating area. I don't really know why I do that, because I feel like no one would ever use that, but it looks cute, so I mean, why not? And then just putting like a mirror, and you can see me struggling in a second to put up these little paintings or like prints. They are so annoying. But you know, it's fine. But yeah. Yep, there we go. Struggle Town. They like never sit properly, but it's fine. But anyway, guys, we have approached the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!